Shooting it raw?
Yes. Shooting it raw. So in this photograph, it's okay. So it's you on stage or on, yeah, there's a screen. Okay. So half the photo on the left is a screen, and on the screen is projected a photo of a little girl in a little white dress stepping in the grasses with, I mean, she's probably about 2 or 3 years old, big, nice corona of hair, walking through bushes, and it's a black and white shot, so it's mostly just light and shadow. And, you know, and then there's you standing next to it on stage. Your hand is on your hip, your elbow's kind of sticking out. One hand's to your mouth. You've got your wire rim glasses on. You're looking at, you're in the middle of saying something, which you have a very expressive face, so you're probably saying something. Yeah. So what is this? Kay, hit me.
This is my TEDx talk.
Nice.
TEDx Hong Kong Polytechnic University, March 2018. I was invited to give a TEDx talk. I didn't even have to audition. The organisers just contacted me and invited me to be a speaker, which was great. And the theme of the whole day was unscripted.
Oh, wicked.
So, yes, perfect. So the other speakers spoke, most of them spoke about some challenging or tragic or traumatic thing that happened in their life, like being caught in the tsunami, for example, would be something that, yeah. And the idea was, what did you do to make lemonade? Take lemons and turn them into lemonade. Yeah.
Sure.
And I thought, well, since the theme is unscripted, I have to talk about improvisation.
Right.
And the playground of possibilities. So my theme was life is an improvisation game and a playground of possibilities. They're like the two mantras that guide my life. And so I was giving my talk, and I had up on the screen, you could only see the one of, that's me as a toddler when I was about 3.5 years old, I think, just not long after my family migrated to Adelaide in Australia from Scotland, where I was born. Yeah. And so that's me striding boldly through some tall grass, and I think I'm holding in my hand a bunch of weeds, basically, that I picked up. And I just love that photograph of me because it just captures my adventurousness about life.
Sure.
Yeah. And, so it was a fabulous experience doing a TEDx talk. And I got standing ovation and people loved it and got really nice comments from people afterwards.
That's great. So in terms of, it's interesting how life unfolded for you to, so like, how did you get to Hong Kong that it evolved into you being invited to be such a speaker and all this stuff? Like take us down that road.
Well, I guess it's another demonstration of my adventurousness. I saw an opportunity. I had an opportunity in September 1993.
Ooh, wow.
September 93, I moved to Hong Kong from Adelaide.
93, okay, respect.
Before the handover.
Wow.
Yeah, and I didn't have a job to come to. I didn't come as the trailing wife of a corporate executive, but I did have a British passport because I was born in Scotland.
Okay.
So that meant before the handover I had the right to live and work in Hong Kong. So I thought, well, I didn't have a grand plan. I just thought, well, I'll go to Hong Kong for a while and see what happens, and if I don't like it, I'll go somewhere else.
Nice.
And 29 and a half years later, I'm still here.
It's an interesting, it's fascinating. Because so one of the things about my previous work life, was I wrote a book, or we really sat and looked at what makes Hong Kong unique. Why is, for example, we articulated it in terms of New York, London, Hong Kong as the three sort of cities of having certain things in common. And then also in terms of the resilience and how it's adaptive and all these different things. So from what you've seen and in terms of your experience, and certainly the past 5 years, in terms of Hong Kong, have seen a lot of change. What perspective do you have?
I love the energy of Hong Kong, but as you say, in the past 5 years, it's been very challenging.
Yep.
There have been lots of changes that are difficult.
You've been forced to improvise. We've
Yes,
all had to
yes.
been forced to really kind of go, okay,
Yes.
how do we create a life? What is life now? Yeah.
Hong Kong is still great, and I love that I get to meet people here from all over the world. Mm-hmm. I just love the buzz and the energy of Hong Kong. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So in terms of being able to go and encourage people to have this sort of improvisational mindset, is it opening up? Because I'd say that having been out of Hong Kong for about a year ago, I moved back to Canada, and then I'd say that Hong Kong now is where Canada and the US was maybe a year ago in terms of its opening up in response to the pandemic. So how do you feel about how things are happening?
Yeah, it definitely feels like it is opening up, that all the restrictions are easing.
Sure.
So, yeah, there's always still opportunities.
Mm-hmm. And so it is are the improv evenings still, when the restrictions were around, you couldn't do very many shows, but now would you say that it's picking back up?
Yes, my team is doing a show on June 28.
Okay.
We're combining, we're doing a joint show with another team.
Okay.
And so they'll do one half and we'll do one half. But yeah, during COVID, we couldn't perform because the government had so many regulations about live performances.
Are there really strong rivalries between improv teams?
No, not rivalries.
We hate those.
No, because improv is all about collaboration and cooperation. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the largest stage you've been on in Hong Kong? I'd imagine it would be not very big, probably just small bars.
We don't usually perform in a theatre. We need just any kind of room, really. So the show on the 28th is going to be in a basement bar near Lan Kwai Fong.
Nice.
Yeah.
And when's your book coming out?
Good question. Well, I've been told I should write, and I have an idea. I want to write a book about marketing.
Okay.
And the title is going to be "Marketing Doesn't Have to Be Sleazy."
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't written a book about improv, but I like to compile lists of resources about improv and applied improvisation. So I've, over the past at least 10 years, I've got a book list that's like 40 pages long. There's so many books about improv and applied improvisation. So,
okay, so going back to your cards, somebody wants to get the cards. What's the name of the cards again?
The Playground of Possibilities.
So that's it, playgroundofpossibilities.com?
And the website is simply Playground of Possibilities without the word the.
Okay. Playground of Possibilities. So wouldn't a book, or wouldn't because I just absolutely love the idea of giving that as a gift to people. Sure. It's like, here is, that life is a playground of possibility. Mm-hmm. So how do you, in a seminar where somebody comes to you and they're giving you a wall, either of negativity or impossibility, how do you break that down?
The kind of people who come to my workshops tend to be already, at least have a bit of an open mind. They're willing to try things out. Yes, I'm sure there are, a billion people on the planet who aren't interested in this kind of thing. They're not my market. Mm-hmm. So it's not my responsibility. I can't change them if they don't want to change. Mm-hmm. So I like to work with people who have an open mind and are curious and excited about exploring possibilities. Mm-hmm. And I'm also thinking of planning to create a deck more for the corporate market, where it would be, the question would be for teams together to discuss what would be possible for us and the company and the organization, what would be possible for us if we did something.
Right, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Is there something else you want to put our attention on?
Just look at how you approach life. Just experiment with new things and notice your thinking. It's about being mindful about your thinking and just enjoying the adventure.
Nice. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. And I'll definitely promote the cards. I'll promote the cards. Thanks so much.
Oh, and in the card deck, there isn't a book in the card deck that explains what each question means, because it's up to each person to decide for themselves what the question means for them. So it's not for me to tell them what the question means.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Nice. Thank you very much, Kay. So is life really a gift? Really? Can you make every second count? That's the whole point of the podcast. So if you like what you've seen and you're inspired, because that really is my mission, then please give it a like, subscribe, and share.
Shooting it raw?
Yes, shooting it raw.